He would become the most famous survivor of the Holocaust, but at the age of 15, Elie Wiesel had no fears when his family was rounded up in Hungary by the Nazis.
To the very last minute I wasn't worried. We had no idea that Auschwitz existed.
That changed when he was transported by cattle car with hundreds of others.
I knew something terrible, which was something terrifying, was in store for us.
Arrival at Auschwitz, the extermination camp. An older inmate advises him, "Tell the Germans you're 18 years old." A candidate for work, it saved his life, or what would pass as life in the death camps. Trapped in a nightmare, Wiesel sustained himself by keeping his father alive. Father and son were later taken to Buchenwald camp. Wiesel's father, Shlomo, died just weeks before the U.S. Army arrived.
All along the Allied advance, the gates swing open from German concentration camps.
This picture was taken after liberation. Wiesel is in the second level of the bunk next to the beam. He would later say he didn't recognize himself. Wiesel lamented there was no grave of his father to visit when he toured Buchenwald in 2009 with German Chancellor Merkel and President Obama.
What can I tell him? That the world has learned? I am not so sure.
Wiesel started asking questions after the war, becoming a journalist. It took years before he talked about the horrors he experienced in his book called Night, an eventual bestseller. In 1985, as he received the Congressional Gold Medal, he implored President Reagan, unsuccessfully, not to visit a German cemetery filled with members of the SS. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1986. The humanitarian would later speak out against other atrocities on Saddam Hussein.
It's not a matter of war, it's a matter of intervention.
Darfur, Sudan.
It's a scandal that we didn't stop the bloodshed.
And on Iranian President Ahmadinejad.
I'll tell you frankly, this man is a disgrace.
He was named a messenger of peace by the United Nations, the organization founded as a result of World War II. He would ask the UN Security Council,
Why am I involved in tragic events that occur to people I have never met on the other side of oceans and continents? It is because I belong to a traumatized generation, haunted by the world's indifference.
The Elie Wiesel Foundation was set up to fight indifference and intolerance. In 2008, Wiesel and his foundation learned they were among the victims of financial schemer Bernard Madoff. Wiesel always said he was a writer and a teacher. He said he never spoke for all the Holocaust victims, but serves to remind nations to not let it happen again.
As a teacher, I always believe in questions. The question is, will the world ever learn? Thank you.